All right, on to week 4, day 3 candy challenge. Number 1, what is the time shown on this clock? This is an analog clock. Make sure they notice which one is the hour hand, which one is the minute hand. If they would like to label it, they could label the hour hand with an H. Oh, I'm sorry. And the minute hand with an M. We know that with the hour hand, we look at who it's between. So it's between the 12 and the 1. I like to say whatever it's already touched is the hour we go with. And what it's on its way to is the next hour, which would be the next number. So in this case, it would be 12 would be the hour. And for minutes, we remind them that we count by 5, starting at our o'clock. And when we get to the 6, we know that is 30 minutes. Using a scale, what would you weigh these caterpillars with? Well, when you think about caterpillars, they're not very heavy. We talked about how ounces is about the weight of a piece of bread, and pounds is about the weight of a loaf of bread. So since there's only 8 caterpillars, we would say we would measure them with ounces. Number 3, this can be kind of tricky for them. Circle which choice would come next in the pattern. Now, what we like to say is look at what stayed the same from one picture to the next. Since this is a growing object, we would look and see, okay, well, I see there is 2 whites and 2 brown grays in the middle, excuse me, and 2 whites on the other side. Well, then what changed is we went from 2 grays to 4 grays. So it doubled, and it's almost like the outsides right here and right here became gray. So if we were to continue with this pattern, it seems like it expands out. And so the best answer would be B, because every time the next 2 blocks on the right and the left side would turn gray. Number 4, if today is Friday, what will the day be in 5 days? So we know that the days are a pattern. So we have Friday. If we keep counting, we say if today's Friday, we go Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So in 5 days, it would be Wednesday. What is the fraction of the following, what fraction of the following set are circles? So all of these shapes have been put into a set. So your first thing to remember when we deal with fractions are how many are in the whole set. So when we count them, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 objects. Now, when we're talking about fractions, we always put how many are in the whole thing. I like to say all of them is really heavy, so it falls to the bottom, the denominator. So your 8 would go there, and the question asks what fraction are circles? We have 1, 2, 3, 4. So that would go on the top. You do not need to worry about reducing the fraction. That comes later. Of course, if your child starts noticing the connection between 4/8 and 1/2, definitely go with that, and you'll teach them a thing or two. Next up, number 6, name an object that is certain to weigh more than 10 pounds. This will have to be based on what your child picks. Now, if it could be either way, you'll just have to use your judgment. But I know some easy things would be like a horse, a person, a car, anything that is certain, because we want to practice their understanding of certain means without a doubt, and more than 10 pounds, we want them to understand about the weight of 10 pounds and what's something that would definitely be more than that. And number 7, Keith's cows ate 12 pounds of hay. Henry's cows, that's supposed to be 8 more hay than Keith's, I apologize. Together, Keith and Henry's cows ate 25 pounds of hay. How much hay did Henry's cows eat? Show your work. So this is a tricky one because it's not set up to normally figure it out. So we like to say, think of it as a story. We use the word start, change, and result. So we know that when we want to find out Henry, he's the missing piece. We know that we have a clue right here saying together they ate 25, and we know that Keith ate 12. So we could say we start with 12. We know that when we add what Henry made, so you could even draw if you wanted to. Here's Kevin. Excuse me, not Kevin, Keith. And here is Henry. Well, we don't know. And this is kind of getting them used to algebra and understanding missing add-ins. And we know that when you add those together, you get both of them put together, which would be 25. Now, if we go into fact families, we know that the little and the little added together makes the big. So encourage your student if they get frustrated that they can start at 12 and count till they get to 25. So 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, and they'll see that it's 13. Or encourage them to think that, hey, if I take the big one and take 12 away, I'm going to be left with 13. So, however your child, if they want to draw it out, however they want to figure it out, you can always set it up and say, oh, well, let's draw it out. What's missing? And that's definitely a way that'll work.